Here's a big question. Is there any point in starting a YouTube channel if nobody watches? All that time, effort in planning, scripting, recording, editing, publishing, yada yada. For what? I say let's look at it another way. As is customary on the channel, grab a cup of something good and let's get started. For me, the short answer in starting a YouTube channel, even though nobody is watching, is yes, absolutely, on so many different levels. Stick around because I'm going to take you through and share some of my observations and show you exactly how and why, and give you a roadmap to turn an empty channel into one of your biggest assets. Every creator you admire, subscribe to, and are a fan of started with zero. Mr. Beast's first video from 13 years ago started with zero. My first upload, 3 views, and 2 of them were me checking to make sure it all worked. No, seriously, my first video is now almost 5 years old, and as of recording this video today, it's only got 528 views, mainly from friends and family, I hasten to add. And it's been like that since it's taken me to plan, prep, and record this video. Not world-changing whatsoever, and some would argue that it's absolutely lame. But hold that thought. In the early days of a YouTube channel, it can and did feel lonely. But those early days are where you learn the most. So now you're asking, why start a YouTube channel if no one's going to be watching, Norf? Well, really for one word, and that one word is growth. Even if no one's watching at first, you're gaining skills, building confidence, and creating opportunities for yourself. Now, before I give you some concrete examples, I want to frame this out a little, and let me start with mindset. Mindset is one of the easiest things you can change. You own it, therefore only you can change it. Here's what changed everything for me and my mindset. I embraced creating not just for an audience or subscriber growth, it was for personal growth. That mindset shift transformed my channel from just a hobbyist's channel into a skill building machine that opened doors that I could never have imagined. I actually landed a new job from it in part due to my YouTube channel, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. Every video you make is practice, and if you've been journeying with me on the channel, you'll know my view on practice. Practice makes positive progress. You're building skills in storytelling, scripting, editing, presenting, and problem solving. And these are just a handful of skills that are both practical and intangible, and are valuable far, far beyond just YouTube. Second, your channel is a visual journal. You'll look back and see how far you've come, not just in views, but in confidence and creativity. As I often say, you have to be bad at something in order to be good at it. That's just the transactional cost of improving your skill set. And I think perseverance is a totally underrated quality. Third, you're building a community. Even if your audience is really small, a little bit like mine is, you're connecting with like-minded people. YouTube is certainly one place to find your tribe, those who share your passions and interests. Sometimes the connections that you make are far more valuable than the numbers alone. My friends Robert and Robert, yes, the two of them are both called Robert, they are a testament to this. Fourthly, there are opportunities beyond just the views. One video can change everything, and that we know full well. There are countless stories of creators whose videos have sat unnoticed for a long time, and then all of a sudden, boom, they take off, and they open doors to revenue, collaborations, and even new careers. Your content is an asset that can work for you for a very, very long time. Your uploads are also proof of your growth. Think about it. Employers, clients, and collaborators, they can see your journey, physically see the videos that you create. And your persistence, they get to see how you've evolved and improved. It's also much more powerful than you actually know. Think of this in terms of a traditional resume or CV. In my case, my YouTube channel started out as just a hobby. I needed to get some messages out there. I wanted to document some of the things that I knew. It then dawned on me a little while later I could use it as a showreel to help secure full-time employment. And at the end of 2021, my channel was used in exactly that way. And then much later, a recent freelance opportunity which then kept Team Norf afloat throughout the end of 2024 into 2025 when I was fired at the beginning of 2024. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a scary time. I'll leave links to a couple of videos either up here and in the description of when I was first fired, what happened, and then 12 months afterwards. I'd be curious to get your view on those. Anyway, I digress. Collectively, you could call this the creator's advantage. These are all skills that compound over time, and you may know my view on skills. I believe that skills are the currency for the work of tomorrow. No one could have predicted how much the job market has changed to the point it's now a real challenge to get a full-time job. Back in 2024, I'd applied for some 120 different roles, and needless to say, I'm still not in full-time employment. Instead, I started up a business. From what I've observed, times have changed so much. I think traditional CVs or resumes could potentially be a thing of the past. In fact, I was chatting to a friend of mine over the weekend about this. The new CV or resume could actually be your YouTube channel or wherever you choose to post formal video content versus sending out a CV in the traditional manner. So what are you waiting for? Go get it done. Go start a YouTube channel. Now, before I get into that, let me first address the elephants in the room. And these elephants go by the name of fear. And fear is real, and fear can kill any momentum that you're trying to build. There are 3 ways that I view fear. Way number 1, false emotions appearing real. The second term of fear is forget everything and run, and I know that I've done that several times. However, thirdly, and this one is my particular favourite, and it's one that I prefer to embrace, face everything and rise. It's not easy, I know that, but by the same token, it's not impossible either. Let me put this into context and debunk a few elephant-sized fears. Norf, I don't have the right equipment. False. Your phone shoots better video than any Hollywood cinema camera from 20 years ago. Start with what you have. Natural light is also free. Now, you may need to invest in a few accessories to make life a little bit easier for you, which is fine. Things like a tripod and a phone mount, maybe a microphone if you want to. But if you can't stretch to buying new, buy previously enjoyed, or second-hand in other words. Fear number 2. Norf, YouTube is saturated. False. There are over 8 billion people on Earth today. Your story, your perspective, your voice, it absolutely matters to someone, which could inspire, teach, and even motivate them. Fear number 3. Norf, I'm not ready yet. True. However, nobody is ever ready. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is now. Therefore, start now and start messy. Just as I did. You may want to take a look at my first video, but I do warn you, it is absolute cringe. However, keep going and you'll learn a truckload, just as I did. The next fear. Norf, what if people judge me? Personally, I think people are far too busy scrolling to do any judgment. The ones who matter will cheer you on from wherever they are in the world. And it's those people that will tune in, and it's those that really you should be listening to. The bottom line is, you don't need any fancy equipment to start. Your phone and a simple editing app are more than enough. You also need an idea of what you want to talk about and what you want to share. Oh, and it's also never too late. YouTube is always evolving, and there's always room for new voices and new perspectives. As for fear of failure or negative comments, every comment is a chance to learn and grow. Let me set you 2 challenges. As it is in my nature, I want to encourage and inspire you to start. Your first challenge. I challenge you to create and begin uploading content to YouTube. My second challenge is to make that content visible to the world. YouTube growth is slow and it's a long game. However, every video is positive progress. To that end, here's a 30-day launch plan for creating content. Broadly, these principles will apply on LinkedIn or other social media platforms as well, but today I want to focus on YouTube. So, week number 1, this is your foundational week. Start with your chosen weapons of mass creation. Mine happen to be paper, pencil, and a mind map. Yours might be your smartphone or a laptop. Now, your foundation may shift over time, and that's completely okay. However, start with what you can see for now. Your adjacencies will appear a little bit later. This isn't going to be super comprehensive, but I'm hoping that this will give you a framework to get started. Welcome to week 1. This is where you define your purpose. Why are you starting a channel, and who do you want to reach? Take a look at creators in your niche. Take a look at creators adjacent to your niche. What can you learn? How can you do things differently? How can you embrace some of the elements that they have into your content? Set up your YouTube channel with a name, an eye-catching banner, and a profile image that says, "This is you." Canva or Adobe Express are great platforms to start from. Finish by writing a short, authentic about section that instantly tells people what you're all about. It's week 2 and this is all about content planning and pre-production. Think about the 5 video ideas you had the previous week and think about what would be valuable or interesting to your audience. But start super simple. Begin by writing some basic scripts or outlines. Be sure to think about what your audience will walk away with once they've finished watching your content. Visualize what you'll say and what you'll show, keeping your message super clear and to the point. Create a simple weekly upload plan in a document or a spreadsheet, then look at gathering your gear together. Don't worry about fancy equipment, your phone and natural lighting will be just fine. It's now week 3 and this week is all about action. Start recording with what you have. Focus on good audio and clear visuals. Edit your videos to remove any mistakes and add in simple intros and outros if you can. Simple editing software like CapCut or something that's slightly more complicated like DaVinci Resolve are perfect to learn right now. Find creators on the YouTube platform that will teach you the basics of these non-linear video editors. When you upload your video, choose engaging titles, descriptions, and thumbnails to help your video really stand out. Get familiar with YouTube Studio. This is where you'll track your uploads and the performance of your content. You've now made it to week 4. Share the video far and wide on social media with friends, family, and even on LinkedIn, for example. Ask for honest feedback so you can keep improving. An idea here would be to ask for 3 and 1. Give me 3 positive things that went well and 1 thing to improve. Check out your YouTube analytics to see what's working and what's not. Look at views, watch time, and comments, and be sure to respond to every single comment. Make small improvements with each video, and above all, take a moment to celebrate how far you've come. Here's a couple of bonus tips. Firstly, be yourself, always. Your authenticity is your superpower. Don't stress about the video being perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Instead, consider practice makes positive progress. Tell stories, even in simple videos. Connect your experiences and lessons to your audience. Finally, stay consistent, or as consistent as you can. For you and your content, it may look like an upload every week or every couple of weeks. Your efforts now will set the foundation for your YouTube journey ahead, but avoid burnout at all costs. Now for me, I'm terrible at coming up with ideas. I genuinely am dreadful at this. So I use Perplexity to help me with ideation and brainstorming. Now I don't take what it says verbatim, and I suggest that you don't do the same either. Rather, use the output as a springboard or to help you develop a framework. Use and exercise some critical thinking to help you bring clarity and focus. Now here's something a lot of new starters miss: analytics. Even if you only have a few views, YouTube gives you data on how people are watching your videos. Look at your watch time, retention, and your click-through rate as well. This helps you learn what works and what doesn't work. Experiment with different styles, thumbnails, and titles. Every video that you upload is a chance to learn and improve. I'm sure this is obvious, but YouTube isn't just about you and your camera. It's about building a community and sharing what you know. Comment on other people's channels, join creator groups, and don't be afraid to reach out for collaborations. You'll learn faster, stay motivated, and maybe even find some long-life friends. Perhaps a little bit now on future. Even small channels similar to mine can start thinking about monetization. You might not qualify for the YouTube Partner Program straight away, but you'll work towards it, I'm sure. You can use your channel to build your personal brand, attract freelance work, and even launch a business. Your videos can be a portfolio for job opportunities and a way to showcase your expertise and a springboard to other platforms. Really, the possibilities are endless. To make your channel really stand out, think about storytelling and the way that you would bring that about in your content. You might want to share your journey, your struggles, and even your wins as well. Use visuals and graphics, and maybe even quick interviews or testimonials to make your message much more memorable. So, Is it worth starting a YouTube channel even if nobody watches? Absolutely, 157%. Remember that you're building skills, confidence, and laying the foundations of creating new opportunities for yourself. You're documenting your journey, and most importantly, you're finding your voice. If you're potentially on the fence, recall my 2 challenges. When you're ready, upload your first video and share your journey with me. Drop a comment into the channel below, and I would love to check it out and take a look. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with, one single step. But let me know what you would add to this list as well. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and getting this far, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time.